I'm selling my wicks. My wicked
Your
bridges.
what?
My wicked bridges.
See, I want the wick. I was looking at the wicked bridge.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the old pandas.
Okay.
You know which ones I'm talking about.
I know what ones you're talking about.
Yeah, I just don't want to say. I don't want to say exactly because that gets you strikes apparently. Fucking copyright bullshit.
We are going to start in a second. We're going to give Duchess another minute, then we're going to kick off. But we thought we would let you listen to us. Oh, he's back. He's still in there.
Is he sitting in there with you?
No.
We're just going to start running. You good with that?
I mean, sure. Whatever you guys got to do. I don't care.
Somebody sounds angry.
Right, we're kicking off.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Codename Wired. Our guest finally just showed up. Sorry.
Oh, my bad.
It's Duchess's fault.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Outside of that, though, again, welcome back to another episode. We absolutely love that you guys are here with us. We got a little bit of a cool show for you guys. Something that most people don't understand that happens kind of when really doing anything, whether it's vape related or really any other industry in general. So our special guest with us today is going to be my dude Chris, aka Akita Kenji. So feel free to go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's going on? Y'all gave me right.
Yeah.
All right. Yo, what's going on, man? My name is Chris. I am a business law student at the University of Louisville. I also do. Huh?
You're real quiet.
Am I quiet?
Yeah.
Hold on, bro. Can I not turn up the mic or no?
I don't.
Is it like super quiet? Can you guys turn me up on your end or no?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Is it still quiet or no?
No, it's bad. You just got to be a bit of a gobshite like Duchess. Just speak loud and you'll be fine.
That's crazy because I'm like legit yelling, yo.
Yeah,
I'm legit yelling
because I can hear him through the walls. So.
Yeah, like I'm legit yelling.
Speaking of through the walls.
Well, yo, my name is Chris. I go to the University of Louisville as a business law student. I also do content creation full time. I think that business, honestly, is probably like the first and foremost the things that people should always have down regardless of whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? Paperwork is like key, whatever is being successful regardless of what you do, if it's signing for a house, a car, or shit, even if it's buying a cell phone.
Read your contracts.
Oh, hey, that's fundamental. A lot of people don't do that, man.
Mm-hmm.
No. So what before we get into anything else, I know you're not a vapor, but we're gonna do our buffet real quick. So, Jay, what are you vaping on, bud?
Okay, so I just had to wrestle the Ether Boro bridge thing out of a billet box because it got stuck. So now it's in this guy, and it fits in there better. And in that I got a
RBA.
Huh?
You said the Ether RBA?
Yeah.
How do you like it?
So far, it's good, but it was a little snug in the billet box. So if you have an OG billet box, it might get stuck. I had to like pour a bit of a VG around the sides just to like loosen it up a little. So that was fun. And yeah, I'm just gonna go with that. Now I got a lemon cookie that I'm working on. So yeah, that's me.
All right.
So I might as well jump in next. I've only got two. Heavy hitter, OG, what is this? The Goon 1.5. Got some fancy fruits in there, which is a strawberry and pink grapefruit. Got this one and that Nightmare 25. And inside there, I've got some Loganberry cream. And I'm drinking some mango and grapefruit as well. So I've gone a bit fancy tonight. What about you, Duchess?
Honestly, doing something real simple tonight. I decided to break back out my Keen, my all brass Keen with that Goon 1.5. I got the Stu Crew cap on the on top, so I still got that OG airflow going down. Sorry, I'm dripping liquid all over the place. And a stable chop top from DHT. Shout out to Jess Marie over at DHT. I know that she is still making drip tips, so if you want drip tips, you can head over to DHT Accessories. And really get you some drip tips. Shipping might be a little bit long because I know she's also got her own full-time job, so just give her a little bit of time. Outside of that, using the Nostromo conduit Death Wish box with the Axial Pro on top, some random bullshit fucking drip tip that I found off of another RDA. And then on the inside, I got some Sagerfuse Claptons. These things are working way better than anything that Adam has ever fucking made me. So I'm just
Bullshit. Sorry.
Just want to let you know.
Bullshit.
Damn.
I mean, third place has a point, I guess.
Yeah. Otherwise, on the inside of that, I'm using a beta liquid from my man Tom Lyford over at Masshole Vapors, testing out a liquid for him. Otherwise, that's me. That's what I got. So anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and listen. I'm dripping liquid all over the fucking place, bud. I had to get that shit off my MacBook before it fucked my shit up. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and kind of start getting into the topic and whatnot. So again, Chris, what piqued your interest when you decided to like go back to school, right? What piqued your interest to go for not just business, but business law in general?
So whenever it comes to like big corporations and shit like that, a lot of people don't understand that like we're the little people, right? Like you're the little guy.
Right.
But the person that represents the big company, you're representing them in a way that you know for sure that like they won't lose a law case. So I don't know if you guys know this, but 99% of major corporations won't go to trial with like someone like us, right? So like if you were to sue them, they would just give you a settlement because it's a waste of their time and it's a waste of money. So a lot of times behind closed doors, they're just like, fuck it, cut them a check. They can never ever talk about it again in life. But the thing is, is like one thing that my grandmother told me, she owns a lot of businesses, that if you don't know business, like the further you go in life, because you always want to set yourself up for success, whether it's for like future generations or whatever, regardless of what you do. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I think one of the key things is if you don't know what you're reading or writing or the language or the terms, it could definitely fuck you over in the long run. You know, because a lot of people, man, they go sign a contract, but they don't understand the language and the terms of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
And one thing that like our professor, she harps on that's huge is you have quarterly reports, right? And whenever you have these quarterly reports, they'll fire multiple people. Let's take Twitter, for instance, right? You have Elon Musk. This man has these people working a fucking ridiculous amount of hours right now. Told people if you want a Twitter verification, you're going to pay $8 a month. I don't give a fuck if you're a billionaire or not. You know what I'm saying? And it's everything at this point, man, going forward is going to be, you have to pay for something, regardless of what it is. You know what I'm saying? Is shit, man, they might have you paying to go to the bathroom soon. Who knows? To be honest. You know? But I think that, like, honestly, man, like, I think not just having an education, but I think that like understanding the importance of business, like, is essential. You know what I'm saying? You guys are vapors. So regardless of if you know what I'm saying, you make mods or RDAs. I understand the lingo a little bit, you know what I'm saying? A little bit. You have to have like your profit margins and things of that sort, right? Yeah. Of whatever you're selling your thing for. And the business for any major corporation, small corporations, you always want to have that 50% profit margin. That's after you pay for production, shipping costs, things of that sort, right? And then so now you have to have your contract of your labor, your time, what you work with, and then how does the reseller get their 50% profit margin? You know what I'm saying? Right. And so like there's a lot, that goes into it that a lot of people don't see behind the scenes.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you mentioned people not reading contracts, or maybe some people do read them and they just don't understand the jargon that's in there,
Right.
because let's face it, those things are long and full of fucking giant ass words that most of us have never even seen before. So is there uh, a certain, how do I word this? Is there like something in particular when reading through it that we should have like a basic knowledge of, just to kind of at least somewhat understand the background of it? Or
Terms of contract is probably huge, definitely. Because I feel like a lot of people don't understand. Like you can sign something, but you don't know how many years or like percentages or like their take back, right? So like let's just say you're like, yo, I want to do a deal with so and so for 10 million and they're going to give me the 10 million up front, but you're not understanding that really you're giving this person back 20, 30 million. You know what I'm saying? For them fronting you that. And the thing is, they're going to take their cut off top regardless of whatever you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't read things like that, man. You have like artists, whether it's music artists or shoot, you know, people don't read it, man. They see the money up front, and whenever you see the money up front, it leads you down this rabbit hole of you're going to continuously stay broke because
Mhm.
they're going to continuously give you money, but you're making them a profit, but it's barely enough to feed your own pockets.
I don't know,
Yeah.
especially music contracts. I've heard horror stories. I used to be in bands
yeah.
in my 20s, dude. The music industry is fucking cutthroat. Like, oh god, you don't even want to know the half of it. I
Oh,
mean,
true.
sometimes you'll hear bands put out CD after CD because they would just want to get the fuck out of their contracts because they know that those 3 albums they're done and they don't have to deal with that record label ever again. But it's a horrible industry.
It's like you get a lot of it, but I don't know if you get it over there, but you see it on the lottery. They say, "Oh, if you win this, we'll give you 300 grand now or 30 grand a month for 30 years." Everyone goes for the cash up front and think, well, actually, you go for the longer run. You're actually earning more money, but people always go for. Well, we're now in a situation where everybody wants everything now. Nobody
Yep.
wants to wait and let it accumulate. And you see it a lot now, especially we get it a lot over here, like with phone contracts and that. Oh, you pay an extra £20 a month. You can change your phone whenever you want. You think, well, if you save that 30 quid, you could buy another phone outright within the 2-year contract you've got. But people rather do it so they can just keep changing and changing.
Well,
Vodafone is notorious for that shit.
Well, I think with phones, man. So with phones, right? These shits come out every year. You know what I'm saying? They come out every year. It's a newer
Mhm.
model, and the thing is, and I hate to say this, unless you have an iPhone, your phone loses value the minute the next phone comes out. You know what I'm saying? So, for some reason, it's because they make proprietary software. So, with that being said, no one can really compete with that side of the market, right? So now you have this competitor's advantage. You know what I'm saying? Which
Yeah.
is wild, like you said, because people don't understand it. I think, shit, man, I think my phone bill was like I had to pay like an extra 15 a month or something like that. But it was like their insurance. You know what I'm saying? But you also get the upgrade every year. So it was like, yo, I might as well pay it because if I don't protect my phone, they're not gonna replace it.
Right.
Yeah, I remember one of my contracts, I paid like an extra, I think it was £10 a month for 2 years for damage cover. So my phone was damaged. Called them up. Oh, you've got to pay an excess of £180. And I was like, well, you never stay there. Well, it's in your contract that you signed. You're like, what? You told
Yep.
me that it. So
Mhm.
yeah, I got fucked over massively. So yeah, it just proves a point. They put all these. It's even like when you download an app, you have to keep flicking to the bottom just to hit accept. Nobody sits there and fucking reads that shit.
Nah, hell no.
I'm guilty of that, 100%.
Yeah, but when you was talking about like profit margins and shit,
Right.
it doesn't really pay any. No one pays any attention to it until you're in there and have to actually fucking use it. It was like when I started building, I was just building and selling for myself, but then going wholesale when you're gonna have to take the wholesale percentage off, you think, shit. Like I've got to then take into consideration. Obviously, I'm paying wholesale for my wire, and because UK is fucked at the moment, all our prices are going through the roof. So
Right.
now my wholesale price has gone up so high, and I don't want to raise my prices to sort of get that gap in a nice area.
Right.
So I'm losing profit because of inflation and because I'm selling at a wholesale price to a shop. But to get that profit back up, you need to sell a lot more.
Yep.
and to get it going that way. So I don't think a lot of people in general, well, I never knew till I started that when you start doing stuff like this, there's a lot that goes into it.
Oh no, for sure, man. Especially like you said, because you have your profit margin, right? So whenever you sell wholesale to a company, you can sell kind of whatever to like the little people, right? So like if they buy shit individually. But the issue is whenever you sell wholesale, you kind of have to hit a target number. And if you don't hit that target number, like you said, you're not hitting that profit margin. And so in order to hit that profit margin, now you have to put shit on sale, which means you're still not hitting that profit margin.
Yeah. And through inflation, because our economy is fucked because of certain people, my wholesale price from my wire is only, I would say, under a tenner cheaper than buying it as a regular customer. So my profits are, well, I don't make much, but everything goes back into the business anyway.
Right.
So my profits has dropped by probably 70%.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Because of it. And I just find it amazing. You really have to keep on top of a lot of things. And I know it's different with you guys in America, but over here, I'm a limited company.
Nah, man, this shit's fucked over here, man. Listen, let me tell you something. Twitch takes half my fucking money.
Really?
Yo, they take 50% of that shit, man.
Yeah, that's what people don't realize. Behind the scenes, Twitch takes half of what you make, 50%.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude. All these companies do. It's not just Twitch.
Yo,
Instagram, Twitch, all the fuckers.
They take 50%. I still got to pay 50% on. Or I still got to pay taxes on the 50% that they do take, and I still have to pay like editors and shit out of that. So yeah, yeah.
It was mad because like my first year, I got to the end of my first year as a proper registered company. I got my tax bill through. It was more than I fucking made in the year. You're like, oh shit. So because I was just going at it being, I don't know nothing. I never knew nothing about business, and I started this company. Thought, be nice and easy to do.
Right.
You registered the company. You do this, you do that. Then you just go and start selling, building and selling. Well, it was only like after the first year when you realise, fuck, I'm actually down £1,600.
Honestly, dude, a lot of that is why a lot of businesses fail because you don't see profit within the first 3 to 4 years.
Yeah,
in a lot of businesses.
Yeah, and I've got to be honest, it is very disheartening when you realise you throw all your money into your business. You get to the end of your, I've made like 400 or 500 quid. Then you get a tax bill for 1,600 quid. You're like, hang on, I'm having to take that out of my salary, for my everyday job, and then.
I think as well, man, for your business, everything that you purchase for your business can be a tax write-off. So you can lower that like by a lot, man. So like if it's a desk, wire, tools, man, if it's socks, underwear, whatever you need to, you know what I'm saying, succeed in your business, man, you can write all of that shit off and get all of that money back.
Yeah, the clouds, all the fucking like flush cuts.
The thing is, that's why I'm as I'm changing from a limited company to sole trader, because then I can do that on there, where the taxes are like 3 times as high as a limited company. Right. But I was sold a limited company by the accountant. This is the best one for you. It turns out it was actually the fucking worst one for me.
Did you get a new accountant?
Yeah, I do it myself now.
Fair.
Hey, man.
So much.
Hey, accountants, listen, accountants are replaceable. You going to jail for tax fraud and shit, that's not replaceable.
Yeah.
I tell people that all the time, man. Listen, I'll fire a motherfucker quick.
Yeah.
I don't care, dude.
Yeah, it's when you jump in that world, unless you know, you can be so easily fleeced, as I was quite a few times.
Right.
Yeah, there's that.
I think for a lot of people, man, like I said, that's now you have to have people in your corner that you trust, right? Whenever it comes to your business and your company, because you know you have people, man, they'll steal money, they'll launder money, they'll buy shit that you never knew that they purchased until you actually start looking at documents and shit yourself, man, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like these people went to school to be CPAs and shit, and they're out here finessing the game. Like they're like, yo, I'm robbing you, but you don't know you're being robbed. And so now you got to check them because it's listen, man, it's a long rabbit hole. And so like I tell people, you have to educate yourself on everything. You know what I'm saying? Because if not, the next person will fuck you over, but you will still go to jail for it because you know what I'm saying? They did you wrong. But because your name's on the company, ultimately that falls back on you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, 100%. A question for you: if there's someone in chat that is thinking about starting a business, what would be the 3 points of knowledge you would give them before they start putting pen to paper and legitimately doing a company?
Step one, man, I would look at other businesses and how they're successful in the area. That's like number one, right? You want to look at all your competitive markets, your competitive advantage. You want to look at anyone that's in the area and their profit margins, right? I mean, if they share that, if not, I mean, you can go find on the internet if they're making money or not. Like, it's not hard. Two, I would definitely, like Jay said earlier, you want to look into how much money you're going to lose first before you start to gain any type of profit, right? But that's with anything, man. With like you guys said, vaping, content creation, music, anything that you do, you're gonna always take a loss before you receive that return investment. The third one is have someone that you trust in your corner, that you truly trust. To help
Has a
you.
good track record too. 'Cause
Yeah. I got a homeboy, man. He's a massive content creator. He owns a bunch of companies. He told his chat the other day. He said, "Man, I fired the fuck out of my accountant." He said, "Because I went to my lawyers and they were like, no, dude's like stealing." You know what I'm saying? And it's wild, man, because you always have to double check everybody. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if it's family, friends, everybody. You know. So I think those are like three important things. You definitely want to know your competition in the area, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever market that you're getting into. Because if you have a better product, of course you can sell for more. But the issue with that is if they have a worse product, but they're selling it for cheaper, most people are going to gravitate to the cheaper version, unless like you're bundling it or you're making deals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that's a little rough at times.
Yeah.
How important would you say is the brand or the product?
Branding, okay, so branding, I would say branding is huge, right? Because anytime you do a brand, that's the first thing a person sees. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if it's a Mercedes-Benz, a Nike hoodie, your brand, that is you, right? That is your brand. That's the, like I said, when you see a shop, whenever you go into a mall, the branding is what's going to bring you in. That's what's going to draw the person in. That's what's going to make them want to come spend money with you, right? Your packaging, your product, the presentation, all of that is very, very important.
Yeah.
I think that's more important than the product itself, man, because you can sell a dog shit product, but the presentation looks crazy, so people are going to buy it. But until other people see reviews, they're not going to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's how a lot of companies get away with it, man.
Yeah, it's like people see this logo, you know exactly who the fuck that is, bro. Like, you don't need to know anything else. You see that logo, you know exactly who it is.
Because I think what opened my eyes massively was when I went down the business rabbit hole. That it was this little series of memes things that popped up, and it said the richest people in the world you will not see wearing Louis Vuitton and Gucci. They're the ones in plain blue t-shirts and a pair of shorts. It's the middle class who don't have a lot of money that will be or sort of just starting to make money will be the ones wearing the Guccis and the Louis Vuittons and all that lot. And it just but makes the point, if the branding's good and they think it looks expensive, the people will spend their rent money on it. But people that go on, sorry, mate.
So I think that's a see, I feel like that's a double standard, right? Because and I'm gonna say why it's a double standard. So you have expensive products, right, that people will buy, that the wealthy people will buy. So most people, one thing that my grandmother taught me is that you want to buy some shit one time that has a lifetime warranty, right? So you want to buy something that's quality over quantity. So let's take I don't know, man. Let's take a chair, okay? A chair. We're gonna use a chair for an example. If you buy an average DX Racer or Secret Labs chair, you're spending $700 to $800 now for a 5-year warranty, right? If you buy a Herman Miller chair, you're spending about $700 more, but you're getting a 15 to 25-year warranty. See what I'm saying? So now, and if you take that math and you break it down, by the time your warranty's up, you've bought a Herman Miller and half another Herman Miller chair because your warranty went out, and your chair's probably gonna break right after the warranty goes out.
Yeah.
So it's whenever you look at it, man, I think people have to understand it comes to a placement like you said. I went through the phase of buying Ferragamo belts, Balenciaga shoes, man, all of that shit, man. And it's all still sitting in my grandmother's basement because I haven't touched none of it since.
Yeah.
I haven't. I went through that phase of buying Louis Vuitton backpacks, MCM backpacks, all of that shit, man. And now I don't care about it. None of it.
Yeah. That's fucking mental.
No, I mean, like he was saying about the whole spending money. Like I was thinking, pro football players, they tend to burn themselves out on money because you're giving children money. Like they're like 19, 20, like out of college. They don't like know what they're doing. Nobody's really like there on their corner helping them out. They're just throwing money left and right, and nobody's telling them, "Hey, you should stop that." Or we really don't teach economics properly in this country anymore. Period. I mean, like our generation barely got any classes for that.
Yeah.
And seeing how my kids are being taught in school is just like, no, this is even worse.
We
But-
was never taught budgeting. at
Yeah.
school, which I think is a major part. Budgeting your money.
Well,
Yeah,
And
'cause-
just-
you know, I feel like what you said, Jay. I feel like a lot of schools and shit. Yo, it's wild, right? Because I took an economics class over the summer.
Mhm.
And one of my professors was like, they don't teach economics because it keeps people broke. It keeps
Oh,
people
yeah.
rabbit hole.
Oh no, yeah, it's
It-
it's
yeah.
keeping people stupid. No, I know that. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm very aware of that fact.
And people don't understand, like, yo, why don't they teach budgeting in school? For what? Because if I teach you how to budget your money, you're never gonna be broke. You're not gonna need loans and shit.
Hmm.
yeah.
Uh,
It's keeping poor
you think
people
it
poor.
would be something that they would be teaching?
man.
Nah, dude, that's not how the world works, man. They want us to be down here. They don't want us to move up.
See, here's the thing. Like one of my math teachers actually used to do that though. Like for every problem that he did, he always equated it to money. And so like he essentially like taught us budgeting while teaching us math. And I was like, oh, this guy's a fucking genius. Like,
So
holy
But you had a
took
good
me-
teacher. Not all teachers are like that.
Oh, hell
Yeah.
no.
It took me till I was till I was like 25 to learn any sort of money management. I fell out of school and fell into a full-time job,
Yeah.
and went and set up a bank account for my salary, and I had like 3 credit cards thrown at me with like 20 grand on each. Go wild. Well, a year or two later, they're all fucking maxed out. They're handing you more cards. Oh, that's fine. Look, have this one. It's got another 8 grand on it. Oh, sweet. And then it wasn't until like halfway through my 20s, I was thinking, fuck, you got to learn how to manage that shit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, 100%. So how now that you've kind of gone over some of the basics, right? I know that there's obviously a shit ton more that goes into like business and business law and whatnot, right? But from a business standpoint, whether it's a content creator or you're a musician or a coil builder, or liquid manufacturer, whatever it is, right? How I know you kind of touched on it briefly. How do you quantify like the price that you set forward for your product itself, whatever you're putting out, based off of like the time and the effort, like all the labor behind it, like going forward?
So basically, what you want to do is you want to set a base price, right, for like what you feel like you're worth. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it sucks because you're probably not like the biggest brand. So you want to take your product packaging plus shipping, right, plus the time that it took you to create that product, and then you kind of want to base that price point off of there. But like I said, you always want to make 50% off of that. So I mean, at the end of the day, it's what do you value of your product, right? I'm gonna give you an example, prime example. My editor, he charges, I think it's like 75 right now for a YouTube video. He just told everybody it's going to go up a lot, right? And this man's giving you 30-minute, like, color-graded quality videos, but he does it because he works with the same people. So I feel like when you're self-employed, it's about what do you value your price point at and the quality of product that you give someone, because eventually the price is going to go up, right? Like, your shit's not going to stay the same forever. So I think as you raise the price, if people have to also understand the level of product that they're purchasing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we all know this. iPhones wasn't starting off at $1,000 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's if you look at everything in the world, man, everything's slowly going up. And how prices are based off of, for people that don't know, prices have their gaps, right? You have your ceiling gap. Your ceiling gap is basically what the poorest person in the country can afford to what the highest person would pay. So if you took a billionaire, the max that they would pay for an iPhone is $1,500. That's the max they would pay for. So that's how they set that price, because now you know that a billionaire is going to buy your shit, but you also know that the middle class and the poorest person is also going to be able to afford your shit. See how that works? So it's wild, man, how you have your ceiling gaps and your floor gaps, but it's rough, man, because like I said, at the end of the day, you have to have your price point to where you still meet your margins, but also at the same time you could somewhat live comfortable, but you're also able to restock your shit. Because if you can't restock, then it's just a bust. Like you're just selling shit to go in a circle and just bleed money at that point.
Yeah.
I found it was hard to go from just say like from making a pair of coils for me and random people, which is just one little stick, to then doing a production line which is making 5 or 6,
right?
Trying to quantify how long that takes me to how much I think that time is worth for me. Right. So the way I done it was through minimum wage. So you took the minimum wage for an hour, and I know it takes me 15 minutes to wrap like a 6-foot wire.
Right.
So then that's how I set mine. But at the beginning, I had no idea.
And a lot of people don't, man. A lot of people don't, honestly, man, whenever it comes to things of that sort. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people, they get into the business or like graphic designers or like you guys said, wrapping wire. You go in with this base price, and then people look at you all fucked up when you like, yo, I got to raise the price, man, because I know the quality of my product is, right? You know, you make something, people love it, they buy it, they purchase it over and over and over. You know, it's reusable or whatever, and people have to understand that, like, yo, if you want to make a living, yo, I have to charge you for this. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I think that's like when business, friendships, and shit get twisted real quick, yo, because people try to take advantage. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't get it wrong, yo. Me and my homies, we homies, but I'm gonna pay them for their services. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So, like a prime example, people get mad at me because they're like, yo, dog, I think Twitch runs ads like every 30 minutes or some shit. I'm like, yo, bro, if you don't want ads, dog, I'm sorry, but either you're going to pay $5 or I'm going to lose out on money because Twitch is going to take the money regardless. So, what do you want at this point? Like, it's either you're going to pay Twitch directly or, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what you want.
Or you're going to pay me in ads.
Like, yeah, or you're going to pay me in ads, dude. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? It's literally, bro, essentially, you're running a TV show for hours at a time, right? And for you guys, you know, you're running your businesses, you know what I'm saying? You're wrapping wire, which I've stepped on many of this guy's wires. So I wear tennis shoes and shit now because he likes to leave wire everywhere.
It's as bad as Legos, man.
Yeah, this man, he walked to my office the other day. He goes, bro, I started wearing shoes around the house because I don't have feet of steel like you. I'm tired of stepping on wire, bud. I'm like,
mate, it hurts.
Dude, it
fucking hurts.
Really does.
Okay. I know we're on a tangent, but I was doing a decor the other day, and the tip that was on the drill snapped, and I saw it like wiggle like this. Yeah, from the chuck, I saw it wiggle like this. Next thing I know, I'm like, fucking shit's on my head.
Did it stab you, or did it just get stuck in your hair?
It got stuck in my head. Dude, the sides of my head are shaved. There was no blood, so there was that at least.
That's
I thought that was hilarious.
See, I got baby feet. I can't be stepping on that shit. Nope.
Right, that shit gets stuck in every inch of my body.
Yeah. But I think ultimately, man, I think for you guys, you know, being businessmen, you know, on your ventureships and shit like that, I feel like at the end of the day, you know, support. You know, support, you know what I'm saying, each other, you know, buy each other's products, promote each other's products. Like there's no shame in supporting each other, you know.
Yeah, because I know, like, at least us three, I don't know how much it happens, like, on your side of what you do, right? I know for us, though, we get a lot of team free shit happens. And I know for me personally, I know these two have probably been through the same thing, but for me personally,
dude,
especially as of recent, like, I've had a lot of people that are like, why don't you send me coils anymore? I'm like, why don't you buy them?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sending out free product anymore. I'm sorry. Like, I can't afford to do that. Like, it's not something that I'm able to do.
I stopped that after I got scammed. Do you remember that? This
Oh yeah,
Moroccan
the
guy.
photographer.
Yeah, he had like some
Oh yeah.
40-something thousand
Okay.
followers. And
Okay,
I just
tell the
started my
story.
business, and he messaged me with all these pictures. Oh, send me calls. I'll take pictures. I was like, do you know what? Sweet, I'll do it. Sent him like £180 worth of coils, paid for shipping, and didn't get fuck all back. Questioned him. And then I had a picture, and literally, he got the bottle, not even the coils, put it on the table, took a picture of his phone, sent him, and there you go. It's like cheeky shit. I was like, I'm out of pocket.
That's fucked, man. That's fucked.
That's why I just learned these skills myself because I don't trust people. I mean, 2 months ago I got a message of some dude of, hey man, it'd be so sweet if I could try your coils. I'm like, all right, they're on the site, you can buy them, or you can send me money through here. I don't care, whichever way you want to do it. Yeah, it'd be so sweet if I could try your coils. It's like, get fucked.
But I've got to be honest, the vaping community is actually they're lovely people, but people will help each other out and
Right.
and that which I think is really nice. And you do find a lot of people, like even like at the expo, there was like other coil builders that were coming over and buying my coils just to show support, which I thought was like you wouldn't get that in pretty much any other industry. So I think on that side, it is the vaping community is amazing. The people are lovely. Everyone's there to help. But no matter what industry you're in, there's always going to be the odd handful of people
Man,
that are going to want to try it.
I'm gonna tell you the shit that I love the most, man. When people come into your Twitch chat and they be like, "Hey, dog, I'm about to go stream," I'm like, "Bro, no one cares." Because at the end of the day, if I'm gonna support you, I'm gonna support you. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I'm gonna show you love. I'm gonna give you the $5. I might not be able to watch your shit 24/7, but I'm gonna put the $5 in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I've been blessed, man, doing this. Like, you know, I've been fortunate enough, man, to buy the things that I need. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, school takes a good chunk of my time. But I think that people have to understand, man, that you guys are businessmen first, right? You're not here to be like, yo, man, let me give out free samples, and then now you're looking like, oh man, I gotta build fucking $800 worth of shit because I just lost $800 worth of shit. Like that's not what you're here for, right? You're here to do something that you love. You know what I'm saying? You're here to do something that you have fun with. You know, educate people about it, and you guys are good at it, right? That's why you sell your products. You know what I'm saying? And people have to understand that, right? Like it's not, yo, man. I mean, shit, if Elon Musk was out here giving everything out for free, shit, he wouldn't be a billionaire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's true.
I mean, no, it's people just have to understand that, right? Like it's business. You can have your friendships, you know what I'm saying, but at the same time, like support me. If you really my homie, you gonna support what I do. Like, and that's how I look at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I don't ask the lady that does my artwork, that does the guy. I don't ask them for free shit. I pay them. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I don't. Why? I mean, that's they crack. That's how they live.
Yeah, and I mean, especially if it's done right on both ends, you're helping advertise their work. Because if somebody is like, "Can I get an example of your work?" They could just direct them to your channel or what have you. So that's marketing for them right there.
Yeah.
Oh, all day, yo, all day. I think one of the biggest YouTubers in the world, yo. My editor almost had a chance to work with him, and it's crazy because the video that he recommended was one of my videos that he sent over. You know,
There you go, man.
And like I was surprised because I went on the internet and everybody's like, "Yo, man, you recommended this video," and I'm like, "Yo, that's crazy." You know what I'm saying? But like that shows like the confidence that we have in each other. You know what I mean? But I think, man, for you guys, I get it, man. I get the whole the free shit. You know what I'm saying? It's I don't know. Free. If it's for free, a lot of people think it's for me, but nah, man, that shit ain't for you, homie.
No, I mean, so on the topic of like marketing, right? Like, so you've already gone through and you've kind of like started setting up the business and you know getting material and whatnot, right? And you're creating your brand. So what would you? I know you already asked like. I know you were already asked like the 3 points of like starting a business, right? But on the topic of like marketing generally, right, or marketing specific, what would you say would be the three like main points that you want to try to hit for like marketing yourself, just getting started, just so that way you can kind of uh, I guess, start making a name for yourself?
The first one, man, that I'm gonna say that's very important is find your key audience, right? You wanna sell you wanna sell to people that you know that's gonna buy your product. You don't wanna go try to sell to the 70-year-old lady that don't know shit about vaping. You know what I'm saying? She gonna look at you like, what the fuck are you trying to sell me? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think you want to find your generic area of people that you want to sell to, right? And then you kind of want to branch out from there. So you want to find out what they vape, what type of mods they use, you know what I'm saying? What type of, and you want to do collaboration pieces, right? Because whenever you do that, you're marketing, but you can market with someone that's either bigger or smaller, but it can help both of the brands.
Right.
I feel like you don't always have to collab, but I feel like your brand recognition is the most important for one, right? Because if it's not, then no one cares about what you're doing. You know, whenever they see your guys' coils, whenever they see your brand, they know that, yo, this is a quality product. Whenever you're marketing it, pictures, photos of your products, you know what I'm saying? Whether you putting up videos of you making it, or you always want to make sure that everything is like clean and precise, right? You don't want to half-ass anything. You don't want to half-step anything. You want to give person a full representation of yourself. Whether it's you're making shorts or videos or teaching people or guiding people on how to build, you know what I'm saying? I think branding, man, honestly, branding is more important than the actual product itself, to be truthful.
Right.
Because once you learn your target audience, once you learn the people, you know, because you're gonna have your returning customers, right? And your returning customers are the people that essentially promote your brand more than anyone else.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's free. That's free promotion at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, you don't have to pay for that. I mean, a lot of major businesses, man, whenever they go into these areas, they'll pay they'll pay to find out their target audience. So, like, if you have a Target and a Walmart across the street, they're gonna find out before they put that Target there how many people will actually come shop at Target versus that Walmart, right?
Mhm.
Because at the end of the day, you know, and I hate to put this in there, you're probably gonna have all the soccer moms and the little bit higher end people go to Target. You know what I'm saying? That's just what they want to do than to go to Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's real. I talk from experience. I used to work at Target long ago, and
Yeah. I
you
used to work at Target too.
don't
We'll
get
see.
people a Target for
Yeah.
a reason.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I got more high-end people when I was working for Target than I did.
You get more Karens.
Yeah.
There was a lot of "Can I speak to your manager?" over things that we cannot control.
Yeah, 100%. Like, although I would say Target also still has those people that Walmart get. I know when I worked at Target, true story, not even kidding. I worked for the online service, and it's not in the store itself. So I took this call one day, and this lady super fucking pissed because she bought an Xbox card, right? And then she was like, "Well, why can't I use this Xbox card at Target?" And I said, "Man, that Xbox card is for you to use on your Xbox, not for you to buy an Xbox from Target." Well, I want to talk to a manager. I want a refund. And I'm like, "We don't give refunds on gift cards. Sorry."
But going back to what you're saying about like if you're doing reels and photography, you need to make sure it's like a good representation.
Right.
Like I found out only from doing this that I'm shit at photography, I'm shit at marketing, I'm rubbish with technology. So I had none of
we
it.
know.
And I was about to say these guys can tell you how bad it was.
He can't even figure out Streamlabs.
Damn.
See, I told you.
That's why I use this shit, because this is all done for you. But I did find myself having to sort of try and learn photography just to try and get a decent photo to sort of best represent what I wanted it to represent. So I did find that going down the rabbit hole of starting a business, building course, also brought up these other skills that I've needed to learn along the way, which was new to me. Even marketing or even trying to sell. Prime example, like I was at the expo. I spent 90% of the time just talking to people. I forgot that I had to sell coils. I was just talking to people, and it's the prime example. You're there to sell and promote,
Right.
but you need to be in that mindset to do it. Where I'm there, oh hello, just talking to everybody, just having a giggle with people, and I've been there 3 hours, and I was like, oh shit, yeah, fuck. Do you want to see some coils?
Right. No, I
You know
get it
what I mean?
100%.
There's a lot of skills that you either have or you need to learn along the way, unless you don't mind forking out shitload of money of like getting a photographer to do the photos, paying people to do the marketing for you. Because I know there's companies out there that will do all that side of it for you. I know a lot of the big companies, obviously, you don't find Elon Musk doing his own marketing and shit.
Me personally, I tell people, man, go invest in somebody that's small and just as hungry as you are, right? When it comes to that, man, because you know, if I went to the guys that I go to now, man, that are both signed to T1 organizations, like some of the biggest brands, I mean, they wouldn't still be working with me now, and the price would be completely fucking different, man. I'm be honest with
They'd
you.
laugh you out of the room.
Yeah, they would, man. And you know, because we're coming up, you know, and I worked with these guys before that. You know, the same thing with the artists. I think she said I was like one of the first people, man, to come by like emotes and shit off of her Twitch. Now she's like booked out months. You know what I'm saying? So it's dope, man, whenever you're able to come up with a person that's just as hungry as you. They're gonna represent your brand in the right way. They're gonna give you a quality product every time. You know, you don't want yes men in your corner, especially when it comes to your brand and marketing. You want somebody who's going to like be completely honest with you. They're gonna tell you, no, this is dog shit. Like, don't put this out. This is ass. You know, right. and I tell people those are the type of people that you want to work with 100%.
Yeah, mine is my wife. I take a picture and she goes, oh, that's horrible. That's horrible. Don't do that. Let me do it. Oh, okay.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, I do like all my own graphic work and stuff, and I'll like look at my wife and she's like, that's wrong. That looks like shit. Why did you do that? That doesn't make sense. And I'm like, okay then.
I mean, so branding now, man, going into 2023, and I tell a lot of people this, branding now is simple, clean cut. So you want your shit to be simple and clean now.
Yeah.
You remember how like we used to go through, like we went through this phase of like these big ass logos, cartoon logos, all this. Now everything now you want to have is simple, precise, clean cut, something that you can put on everything from lighters to bottles to, you know, if you get a sign outside the shop, that you're not paying fucking $800K for a sign because you wanted to have this complex ass design. Like that's what you don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? You want something that has notoriety, something that, you know, you can put on your business cards that represents you, but people know exactly what it is and who it is.
Yeah. So I've gone to college for like radio, TV, and like music and stuff. And I remember they made us take a business class and we were having to do logo work. And they just kept drilling it into us of keep it as simple as possible, clean lines, not because I mean they're like, think about Nike. It's the word Nike and just a swoosh. It's nothing complicated.
Oh,
you know, Adidas, same thing. It's just that whole little 3-step thing. Pumas,
that's why mine is the way that it is. It's literally a 2-tone and it just got my name on it.
That's like you said, Jay, that's what it is in the world, right? It's simple. It's simple, it's clean cut, man. People understand it. Whether you look at Tesla, Nike, Puma, you know what I'm saying? You look at a lot of these companies, and the thing is too, man, is what people have to understand about marketing. The key thing about marketing is you're not marketing to the people that's already buying your shit. You're marketing to the people that you want to come purchase your shit, right?
You want new customers.
Yeah. So like, man, when these brands come work with people, man, they're gonna work with you because they know that you can sell their shit, right? Like they know that you can tap into a market that they can't tap into because you have it. So because you have it, other people are gonna want to have it.
Yeah.
That's it becomes a chain effect, right? Like if you have, I'm gonna give you an example. Those lights in the background, right? $200 lights. If you get sponsored by them and they see them in every streamer's room, what's gonna happen? People are gonna go buy the lights.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a cause and effect, man. How it happens every time.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I had a question, but I forgot what it was now.
I mean, it's the same thing for you. The chair that you're using, right? Like we've had this conversation behind the scenes that like it's the same thing with the lights, right? If every streamer that you're watching or every person that you're every review that you watch on YouTube or you know, whatever the situation is, right? Or you know, if everyone is using that same product, then people want that product.
Yeah, it's and I'm gonna be honest, man. A lot of people sit in, for example, like you said, man. A lot of people sit in gaming chairs, right? Like these Secret Labs, and listen, I'm not bashing none of these companies, man. I'm never gonna do that. But I think one of the things that people have to understand, man, is the older you get, man, shit, your body start to fall apart. You want to be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You guys, I'll be
Yeah.
honest. This guy looked at me like I was crazy when I told him that I spent like $3,500 on a mattress at the old crib. He was like, "What? You did what?" And then he finally got the sat on that shit, and he was like, "Yo, this is crazy." You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, bro. That shit was like sleep. That shit was like fucking sitting on clouds.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, was it? I've told my wife if we're gonna buy anything, we're gonna go for the best product we can within that category. Because if not, we're gonna have to buy it again within a year or 2 years,
Yep.
or we're just half-assing ourselves and we're not gonna be happy. So we're gonna replace it anyway. So might as well just wait the extra time and just get it when we can, instead of like trying to force shit.
Yo, 100%, man. I recommend, man, to a lot of my friends all the time. They always be like, "Yo, should I do this or should I do this?" I said, think about it. If you can save for an extra month or two, bro, and get what you really want, then just get what you really want. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to short yourself, man. Just save for what you want. I think that's like a key thing, right? You get the quality product, and you don't have to keep buying shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you remember your question, Adam?
What's that?
Did you remember your question?
No, it's fucking gone, mate. I'm a bit dense today, so
Today?
pretty much every
Today?
I was about to say pretty much every day, but but I have noticed that, especially in America, like your business is very different to ours. Like the ways that the structure is,
Yeah.
you have a lot more. This is just from like observation. A lot of your contracts and stuff are quite ambiguous, and there's a lot of it. Where I found very much over here, like if I do a phone contract, it's 3 pages,
Right,
and
right.
you can sit and read it within 5 minutes if you want to. And I remember when my uncle got his new phone and we went to shop with him, they chucked down this encyclopedia and just flipped to the back and was like, "Oh, sign here." It's like, shit, mate, you're not going to take that to a lawyer or something? Because that's a lot of words in there.
Bro, it's so much, man, and people legit, like, they never read it, right? So, like, they don't understand the terms of it, or they're just like, fuck it, man, give me my new phone. I want my phone. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what a lot of people see, man, at the end of the day. It's like, it's give me now, I want it now. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, it's like we talked about earlier, because people want shit now, they don't read. You know what I'm saying? And reading, man, I tell people that's the fundamental part of any business to be successful in life anywhere. You need to 100% read and understand what you are signing.
Yeah. Just don't sign it if you don't know it. And it's great because you get people go, "Oh, what does this mean?" "Oh, it's just boilerplate shit. Just sign there. You can have your phone and your contract or whatever it is you're buying, your car lease or shit like that."
Yeah, and they give you the most bureaucratic answer ever. Like, don't worry about it. It's fine. Just go ahead and sign it.
It's to cover you and us. It's like, no, it's not to cover me.
Shit, if you buying a car, that's to cover the bank.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's what they're covering. They're covering the bank, man. Look, they don't care about the dealership. The dealership got their money. It's to cover the bank's ass now at that point.
Yep.
See, when I financed, because I got a car on finance, and it was only a small finance, so we paid a lot up front. Literally, the contract was 15 pages, and that was it. And I know a lot of your finance. If you go to finance a car, it's like you've got rid of half a Yellowstone of trees just to fucking
it's like
just to
50
print the
pages.
paperwork on.
Bro, I think I'm ordering my Tesla in January. And I looked, and man, to even pre-order the Tesla, that's just like 200 pages, man.
200 pages.
Yeah, it's something ridiculous because they're like, yo, you get to choose the color, you get to do this is the contract. We actually won't start charging you until like the car's actually off the production line, yada, yada, yada. It's crazy, man. Like, if you don't sit there and read it, dude, you have no clue what you're signing.
That's mental. But
Oh man,
it's a lot of information. I think the crux of it is, if you don't know, fucking do your research. And I think the
100%.
problem you've got a lot of time now than it was, say, like 20 years ago. If you wanted to start a business, you would go somewhere and talk to someone to then get the information that you wanted. Where now people just go online and go, "How do I start a business?" Well, if you fill out this form, we can get you going, and there's no real research, and none of that information is sort of staying in your head because you know it's all at your fingertips.
I think Google and YouTube, man. Google and YouTube could be your best friends, man, when it comes to anything business. I know for a lot of people they don't understand it either, man. Is if you start a business in America, if I want to sell some shit in the UK or wherever, I have to follow your guys' guidelines and business lines. Like people don't understand that. So if you have a company and you want to sell it like somewhere else, you have to follow all their guidelines and their taxes. And a lot of people they don't get that. They don't understand that.
Yeah, and it costs you an absolute fortune. I nearly done some deals abroad, and I was like, oh yeah, that's not going to be an issue. It's just shipping. Well,
Right.
luckily, I done a bit of googling and found out that the rules I had to follow turned out that I would be losing a hell of a lot of money because you're having to pay their taxes, your taxes, everything in between. I was like, it's not economically viable unless you buy it in like the thousands, and I'm not going to make 1,000.
Right.
Yeah, which I mean, and I get that. Like that it actually makes me real sad because like I looked at that too, right? And I obviously have a lot of friends. Unfortunately, Jay has to leave for a little bit. Personal things came up, so Jay's not going to be with us for the rest of the show. But thanks for being here, Jay. um, but like I looked that up, right? Because like I have a lot of like friends and family and whatever else, right? Like across the pond. And they were like, well, when are you going to start selling in the UK? And I'm like, oh, just pay for the shipping. And then again, same situation. I was like, oh, I'm not trying to pay VAT and pay US taxes plus shipping plus everything else that I got to pay for. Like, dude, no, I can't.
Yo, when you look at that, right? I think I can't remember the name of it, man, but I know I told you about it. The organic like tattoo oil, like every time I get another tattoo or whatever. Remember how I was telling you about that shit is from the UK? Yo, the fucking price for like the small thing is like $50
Yeah.
because of all the taxes that has to go in that shit.
Yeah, and what I found massively was the customs codes,
Oh,
especially for
yeah.
what we did. I was on the phone to, I won't say the country just in case I get it right, to their country asking for the codes. And the guy turned around to me, well, we don't have a code for what you do.
Right.
And I was like, well, what do I do? And hand on heart, God's honest truth, they turned around and went, just pick one. And I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. So I had to call the guy. I was like, I'm sorry, your customs can't help me, and I can't do it. So I think very much on that side of it, especially for like the vaping side of what we do, where there's no actual custom codes in quite a few countries. Do you take the risk just to sell it? No. If you want to do stuff by the books, which we all do,
Right.
you pretty much fucked from the word go. You could set everything else up.
Well, it's crazy because he tells me all the time, man. Like from like Grim and everybody else, man. Like all the situations that happen and shit with like the vaping community, right? And
Yeah.
and I told him, I said, man, to be honest, I said it's you have major things, right? One is that they can't really control the vaping market right now, like the government can't. So it's because you can't control it. What's the first thing you do? You shut some shit down, right? Like and that's the
Yeah.
honest to God truth. Like it's not that. It's not that they're like, yo, man, you guys are pieces of shit or anything like that. It's how do you regulate it? And like I tell him all the time, it's not that they're worried about the adults. And it sucks, man. You have to worry about the kids that go get into shit and they promote it in a bad way. You know what I'm saying? It could be healthier and all these alternatives and shit like that. But it's the representation of the mothers and all these other people that find their kids doing this shit right because they think it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Or they don't understand the you're weaning yourself off a nicotine addiction or you're trying to do something else, you know what I'm saying, to protect your lungs. But you know what I mean? Like for this guy,
Yeah.
man, I know he loves it. This guy has like a new mod every other week and all this other shit, and he explains
I don't
it to
have a
me,
new
and I
mod
look at
every
him.
other week.
Listen,
Get out of
listen.
here.
And it's crazy because he used to buy all this shit, and I'm looking like, man, I don't even know what the fuck this means. But
Yeah.
I was like, yo, if you love it, then I love it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I think and I think for a lot of people, man, that they have to understand is vaping is definitely an alternative to you know what I'm saying, you smoking and shit like that, man. I used to smoke Like I told him, man, a pack and a half a day, man. Listen, when I came back from Afghanistan, I didn't give a fuck. I was a Newport 100 king, my boy. You know what I'm saying? I was cheap them shits. And I think, man, for a lot of people, man, that you have to understand, man, if someone wants to promote a healthier lifestyle, man, then I'm all for it, man. This guy tell you, I done lost over 100 pounds, man.
Yeah.
You know, it's bro. If you want to do that, man, I say, listen, if you love it, man, I love it, bro. It's there's no shame in it, man.
Yeah.
And people have to respect it. I mean, I can't speak for the government. Shit, I don't represent them. I can't tell them they have to respect it. But I think at the end of the day, you know, I feel like they should find ways, man, so that everybody can be happy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, if you look at marijuana now, man, bro, listen, we know they making a killing.
Yeah. See, this is what the mad thing is. Like, the UK and you guys, we're like polar opposites, where our NHS is actively promoting vaping. We're giving them away for people that want to stop smoking.
You've got them in your fucking goddamn hospitals.
Yep, and then we want nothing to do with legalizing marijuana.
I mean, that's because, man, out here, man, I'm gonna be honest, man, marijuana's big businesses, man. Like you talk about when I was in Seattle, man, and that shit became legal. You talking about, listen, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't move off the couch for about a week, man. The first week that shit became legal, bro. Listen, I was ordering snacks, everything, man. No, let's, bro.
See, that's what it is, because you guys, America, are making loads of money off tobacco sales with the MSA money, where in the UK, the healthcare is technically free. It's paid by the taxpayer and the government. With the smoking, it's bringing a load of people into the hospital with smoking-related illnesses. And to cut that, they want to promote a safer alternative, i.e. vaping. So they rather promote that to keep people out of the hospitals. So that's why we're sort of all for vaping. But the weed side of it is just because the UK are quite uptight and shit, and they don't want none of that shit legal.
I mean, but the UK has insurance. Is that like paid for from the UK, or is that like you guys have individual insurance?
Well, you can go private, but we pay in our taxes for our health.
Yeah, it comes out of your taxes and your paycheck, just like they pay for a TV license. That's why they don't have commercials like we do.
Hey man, check this out. Let me tell you something, okay? That's exactly why they're promoting vaping over there and not over here. You just answered your own question. It's because at the end of the day, it's money to be made, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, well, because they're losing money. The people coming in with vaping-related illnesses.
Yeah,
that's what it is. But that's why it's an issue for me, because here I've got like 50 shops down the bottom of my road. They're everywhere. Everybody's vaping. All the grannies are vaping. Yeah. Everybody's vaping. But if I want to get my product,
fucking Asda, and they have fucking vapes at the front door.
Yeah, we got them everywhere. But if I then want to get my product into, say, America, I'm pretty fucked. It's because it's like red tape everywhere. So that's why I'm pretty much stuck in the UK, which I'm happy with. But I do send the occasional gift to friends if needed.
Yeah, seeing that would be the only way for me to get my stuff into the United Kingdom is I have to send it as a gift and not as a purchase.
Yeah. See, when I wholesale to UK shops, everything's on there that's needed, because there's no real regulation to it. I'm a limited company, so I'm a proper business, so it's going business to business, so it's fine. But I couldn't do it to the US because I know one of my mates who owns a vape shop. Someone bought some liquid from his shop here from America. It got all the way to America. It cost them like 3 times as much, and they shipped it back to him. It was like, we don't take vape stuff. It's just like, it's sad, but it's going to come around. It's like prohibition. They tried to stop alcohol, then and then it's all going to fall out.
I think, man, and you know, I tell them all the time, man. I think that vaping, man, is in a very, very awkward position, right? It's not because that it's not healthy. it's because of how do you regulate it, right? How do you find out a way to regulate it? Because then you're gonna have, like you guys said, all these independent people that want to make a product. You know what I'm saying? But then how do you stop people from selling bad products, right? Because we all know that every side of every business has a black market. You know what I'm saying? So what's to stop little Timmy and Bobby from cooking up some shit, selling it, talking about some, hey man, this is that Duchess right here. We got that new fire. This is the Duchess 2.0. And he like, yo, I ain't say that shit. You know what I'm saying? But it happens, right? It happens, and it's a part of it. And so it's you have to learn to control and regulate things, man. You also have to understand the people that you're selling to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, and I never understood it until with this guy, and then one day he was like, "Yo, I need you to make some shit," and I'm like, "Oh man, this ain't too bad."
Yeah. Okay. So true story. Not even kidding. This is what he's talking about. One day I was at work and I was almost out of liquid, right? And I was like, "Bro, I'm about to get off work right now, anyways, bro, and I need some liquid." I go, "I need you to go into my iPad, right? Because everything is listed there, all right? And I need you to go mix up this liquid for me." And this is way before I started building, right? So this was, I don't know, fucking 3 years ago or something, right? And I was like, "Yo, I need you to go mix me up this liquid." And he was like, "Bro, you got your own like fucking crack lab over here. Like, what the fuck is this?" Didn't understand a single word of it. And I had to like walk him through the whole process. But I mean, over the years, like with the time that we've known each other, like he's seen so many mechs and like regulated mods and like so many coils, and me explaining like Ohm's law to him, and you know how like each gauge of wire like controls like the resistance, as well as like you know how many cores that I use, etc. You know, wrap all the other stuff that goes into it, which has always been nice, right? That I've helped like educate someone else on it, whether they vape or not. So I know that's always kind of like helpful, right? Because this way he can now go forward, right, to maybe someone like who's in one of his Twitch streams or who's in one of his Discords or whatever else, and they may have a question. And he's like, "Well, I know some basic knowledge, right? However, if you want to go talk to somebody about it, then
yeah." Well, it's the same as my missus. She don't smoke, she don't vape, she don't drink. She knows pretty much the same as me about it. And she knows all the lingo and shit. So when we was at Expo, she was talking to people about it. And she was like, "Oh, what do you vape? I don't vape." And she picks my liquid for me and everything.
Yeah, it's crazy, man, because I had somebody actually ask me. They was like, "Hey, man, hit him up, man. I need some coils." And he's like, "Man, this one he wasn't making coils." I was like, "Hey, man, somebody trying to buy some coils." He was like, "Bro, I don't even make them no more." And I said, "Ain't this some shit?"
Yeah.
When he wasn't making it.
Oh, we got porn bots in.
Yeah, I deleted them. That's why I got distracted with the chat when I was talking, because I was trying to like delete them simultaneously.
It's always when Duchess is on. It's never when anybody else is on.
Fuck off.
It is always you dirty bastard.
Oh, bullshit. They're always in your fucking chats, bro, whether I'm on or not.
Just don't click the link.
Watching some shit.
That's
why Duchess always has his earphones in.
Yeah. Except I don't have any in. I haven't been using them the last couple of episodes.
Cool. Well, shit, we've hit that hour quick.
Yeah,
that's flown by.
Yeah, so it really did.
Before we finish, does anybody have any questions for our lovely guest? I don't know. I think there might have been a couple somewhere.
Yeah, I know there's a 30-second delay, so if anyone has questions, feel free to pop them in the chat.
So what helped you give off stop smoking? Did you just stop?
Oh man, I'm gonna be honest. I ended up with a pulmonary embolism in the hospital. Almost died and shit. I was in the hospital for 30 days.
Smoking related.
Yeah, and I had to like walk around with like a heart monitor and shit for a long time. And after that, I told him, I said, yo, after that, I didn't pick up a vape, I didn't pick up fucking cigarettes, none of that shit, because I didn't know what the cause of it was. You know what I'm saying? And so like at that point, I was like, man, fuck that, life too short. You know what I'm saying? Like I almost died. Like I didn't even know. Like I woke up in the hospital like a week later. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was like actually like coherent. So after that, I was like, nah, man, I'm cool. I'm chilling. You know what I mean? Like I was blessed, man, to get a second opportunity at life, and I cherish that shit now, man. Like, hey, fuck all that. Listen, man, I seen all that shit hooked up to me. I said, never again, man. I'm cool.
I'm happy for you, mate.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at the chat.
Go on, Duchess, say it.
What, twat?
Yeah, you ruined it. There you go, Pete. He's ruined it already.
You're welcome.
Sloan, I think you need to ship some calls over here to Norway. Hit me up. I'll sort it out. Don't you worry. Yeah, no, it's great.
With you being in the UK?
What's that?
Can you sell to the EU being in the UK?
No, I'll just send him some
Oh.
as a gift. It'll be good. It'll be fine. But yeah, no, I tried so often.
Right? Because I know, like, with everything that's happened between
Brexit has fucked everything.
Yeah, I know with Brexit and like the all the shit that's like gone down with all of that with the UK and the EU and whatnot, right? Like that, it's
Norway isn't EU.
Huh?
Norway isn't EU.
They're not EU?
No.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought they were one of the 28 states.
God knows.
Oh.
Cool. All right. I think what we need to do is before we finish, the quick commercial break from our sponsor with his new flashy commercial. So see you in 20 seconds. Go on, Duchess.
Wow.
You have to change it up now.
It depends. So here's the thing. It depends on who I'm talking to, right? But I actually do know how to change it. I will say route if I'm talking to an American. However, if I'm talking to someone in the UK, I will say fruit.
So if you want if you need any merch done, any intros, any of that jazz, head over to oinksquad.com.
Yeah, you need to change it on the banner down there.
Did I not change? Oh shit! I didn't. I changed it on the other one, not this one. So I'll have that done for next time.
It's been scrolling shake and make the whole show, bro.
Oh shit!
Right.
Rookie, absolute rookie.
I've been putting the link in the chat so everyone knows. Go to Wing Squad.
Sweet.
Hey, yo, listen, just blame that shit on Duchess. He be tripping and always fucking some shit up.
Duchess always fucks shit up.
Okay.
Mate, I don't know how you fucking live with him. I'd have kicked him on the street a long time ago.
That's my house.
I still would have kicked you on the streets. Mate. But yeah. So we're at that time again.
Sorry.
Ending the show. Go on,
GTT,
Duchess.
I was sick last episode. That's why I was not.
Oh no, he's just a miserable cunt anyway, so it's fine.
I was sick.
I
just wasn't feeling good. And then on top of it, Sloan is an absolute fucking retard and wanted us to chop our hands off. So I was not.
Well, I got to be honest. I didn't lose a finger, so it was fine.
Yeah, but you almost fucking maimed yourself, bro.
I do that every day, so it's fine. My hands are fucked anyway. I couldn't be a hand model anymore.
Yeah, I mean it happens.
Go on, Duchess. You can do the closing.
The closing.
You're always good at it.
Wow. Since we are now at a quarter past the hour, right? First and foremost, we do absolutely appreciate all of you guys being here. We literally cannot do this show without you guys. So thank you for everyone who stuck around. Thank you for all the activity in the chat. Whether you guys are having a conversation by yourselves or having a conversation with us, we still appreciate all of the activity in the chat. So thank you all for stopping by. FE Vape Show and GTT and Tribal Buddha, everyone else who's come out. We appreciate all of you guys. We love the shit out of all of you. So We definitely appreciate that. Big shout out to my man Chris Akita Kenji for coming out to the show to be on and just kind of enlighten us a little bit on the business side of things that most people don't understand. So we really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for that. If you do want to follow us, then you can always follow us on Instagram. That's at codename.wired over on IG. We haven't been using it very often, but we're starting to get back into doing that. We've also got a lot of other things that are going to be coming up for the show and whatnot. Unfortunately, Jay ended up having to leave. He had some personal issues that ended up popping up, but he will obviously be here for the next episode unless we have to cancel it for whatever reason. Outside of that, again, we just really appreciate all of you guys being here. Head over to the oinksquad.com. Go show our man Anthony Romella some love. You can always follow him on IG. That's at I'm underscore Anthony Romella over on IG, and or you can always follow him. I don't actually know what the new Instagram is. I think it might be at Oink Squad, but I'm not 100% sure because I know he's changing things around and doing some new marketing type stuff. So, he's got all of that going on and whatnot. So, otherwise, Adam, you got anything coming up?
Just the usual shit, but enough about me. Where can we find you on Twitch? Do you want to throw the link into chat and everybody in chat go follow this guy over on Twitch?
Right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, he can throw it in there, man. My bad. I'm doing like 6 things at once, man. I'm talking like 8 people at once. Trying to listen, he'll tell you, this is probably the earliest that like I've truly been awake in a while. You know what I'm saying? So like my mind right now is like, yo, what the fuck is going on? Yeah, nah, man. I think like what you guys are doing here, man, is definitely great. You know what I'm saying? Like, educating and informing people, man, on all things, man, vaping and shit like that. At the end of the day, man, like I said, you guys stick together, man, and just keep shit going, man, and just keep it positive. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's dope, man. I think that's dope, man, what you guys are doing. Like, seriously, yo.
We appreciate
Cheers. It. Did you throw the link into the Twitch?
I just put his Twitch link in there. So
lovely.
You guys can always go give him a follow if you don't want to watch fucking any ads, and you can always pay that $5.99 a month to Twitch. I mean, otherwise, go show my man some love. I know that the streams are going to be coming back soon. I've had a big conversation with them behind the scenes for all of that, and things are coming back real quick. So, do you have a planned time for when you're going to be back streaming again?
I don't even have a sleep schedule. Okay?
I know you don't have a sleep schedule. You be on demon hours.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know yet. It might be like 5 a.m. Eastern time. I'm gonna figure it out like this week, and then I'll just like let them know. I'll let them know for sure. I don't know. Like it's up in the air, man. That shit might be. I could wake up one day and just pull a wild hair out my ass and be like, "Fuck it, I'm going right now."
Right. Chris, thank you for putting the Discord link in the chat. If you do want to hang out with any of us, you want to see any coil photos, etc. I know that we're pretty active on Discord, so you can always click that link in the chat, and you can always join us on Discord. Otherwise, I know you can't send us any emails. We don't really promote it very often, but if you want to send us an email, you have questions, or you want to send something in, or whatever the case is.
If you just want to abuse Duchess, please. Best insults win.
Fuck off. Then you can always send us an email. Email is going to be down in the link in the description of the channel, unless someone took it out of the description.
No,
it's
all good. All
right, fair enough. Otherwise, if you want to follow me and you're not following me already on IG, then you can always follow me at Duchess_coils. I know that I've been a little bit more active on my IG as of recent since things are coming along. And then I do have a couple of big things going on in the background that I'm working on. I was hoping to have an announcement actually this week, but unfortunately things haven't progressed to the level that I wanted them to be at. So hopefully within the next 2 weeks, by the next episode, something will be able to be announced and whatnot. Otherwise, no, I'm not saying anything else for you. Okay, it's not happening. I know my accent is funny, but nonetheless. Otherwise, again, big shout out, big love to all of you guys. Thank you so much for being here. That is us for this episode. If you do nothing else, then make sure that you just stay after them stinkies. All right. Make sure you have some fun doing whatever the hell you're doing. Go show a man again some love over on Twitch. If you wanted to watch a variety streamer and whatnot. Otherwise, we'll catch you guys on the next one. Babe Like Royalty.
See you later. Bye.